Okay, so we are doing some basic angle stuff before we get to trig. Okay, so we're going to start with our positive negative angles, like knowing what positive angle direction is versus negative angle direction. Okay, so if I ask you to draw this following angle in standard position, standard position means that the initial side is on my positive x-axis, like this, and then the terminal side moves into one of my quadrants. Well, since the angle measure is negative 165, that means I'm going this direction. Negative direction means clockwise. And then I'm going a distance of 165 degrees. So 165 degrees, this from here all the way to here is 180. So 165 is like right here. So this angle right here represents negative 165 degrees, more or less. But it's more about knowing the direction and what quadrant we're going to end up in. Okay? Now for this one, 259 degrees, positive. So basically, again, we're in standard position. So it starts here. I'm going the positive direction means counterclockwise, this way. Well, going to here, that's 90 degrees. Going to here is 180 degrees. Making it all the way down to the negative y-axis is 270. So this is about 260, which means it puts us somewhere like right here. So this represents positive 259 degrees. And again, at this point, it's just about knowing. I don't expect you guys to get out a protractor and do this, but I just want you guys to get an idea of how to draw a positive angle versus how to draw a negative angle. Okay. Now the second part of the practice deals with coterminal angles. So it says find one positive and one negative coterminal angle with the following two angles. Okay. So 150 degrees. So to find coterminal angles, we add or subtract 360 degrees. So first I take 150 and I add 360 degrees. And when you take 150 degrees and add 360, you get 510 degrees. Then I take 150 degrees and subtract 360 degrees. And that gives me negative 210 degrees. So the positive 510 and negative 210, those are both coterminal with 150 degrees, because coterminal means starts in the same place, ends in the same place. And they differ by 360 degrees. Same thing for negative 210. So I take negative 210 degrees and I add 360 degrees. And when you add them, you get 150 degrees. Does that look familiar? Yes, it's over here. And then I take negative 210 and I subtract 360 degrees, which gives me negative 570 degrees. So the reason I did this is that now you should realize that since negative 210 and positive 150 degrees are coterminal with each other, that means that 510 is also coterminal to negative 210, and negative 560 is also coterminal with all of these angles. They are all coterminal with each other, okay? Because they all differ by exactly 360 degrees, one rotation around the circle, okay? And then the last part is dealing with reference angles, okay? So it says draw the angle and find the reference angle for each as well. So let's start with drawing. 330 degrees. Since we're drawing it in standard position, 330 degrees starts here and goes around to right here. This is my 330 degrees. Okay? Initial side starts here, positive direction, going around this way. This is my terminal side. Now my reference angle is the acute angle with the x-axis. So this angle right here, that is my reference angle. Well, if this is 330 degrees, this reference angle is 30 degrees, because there's 360 degrees in a circle. Or you can use the equation theta prime equals 360 degrees minus theta. That's the equation for the fourth quadrant. Okay, so either way, you still get 30 degrees. Now the reference angle will always be positive. So 245 degrees, again, starting in standard position. Positive angle means we're going this direction. So this is 180 when we get here. 245 is basically somewhere right in here. So this is 245 degrees. My reference angle is this piece right here, from here to here. Since we're in the third quadrant, if we're in the third quadrant, my reference angle equation is whatever theta is minus 180 degrees. So in this case, we take 245 and we subtract 180 and we get 65. Basically, the difference after 180 degrees, this part right here. And you see 180 plus 65 is 245. So my reference angle is 65 degrees. And then the last one, we have negative 210 degrees. So again, we start in standard position. We're going negative, which means we're going this way. 210 degrees is basically right here. So this is my negative 210 degrees. My reference angle is right here. Well, if this is negative 210, I've gone 180 plus an extra 30. So my reference angle is 30 degrees. That's all there is to it. Those are our reference angles. You just have to remember, the reference angle is basically how far your angle is from the x-axis. Okay? And it doesn't matter what quadrant you're in. It's always the distance from your terminal side to the x-axis.